Hey guys, thanks for joining us again on what is hopefully going to become our weekly AMA, where you guys can ask any questions you want of the team, and we will hopefully be able to answer you. We're just going to hang on for a bit to let other people join, and then we'll make a start. But it's great to have you here again, so thanks for joining. So I think we can make a start. I mean, this AMA is being recorded, so anyone who jumps in late can always listen to the first part from the recording. It's been another busy week for Lunatics and for crypto in general, ups and downs, and it's typical, but hopefully we'll be moving into a bull market very soon. I personally thought we're heading into the bull market, and things have improved, but only time will tell. The team are working on a number of projects, but we've decided, because a number of tokens give out information far too early, and then things go pear-shaped, and the investors are disappointed. So we have decided, with the projects that we are currently working on, the utilities that we're working on, the improvements that we're working on, that we are going to wait until they are tested, proven, and ready to launch before we make any announcements. I think this is important because then nobody is disappointed, and we do not want to disappoint. Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask? Because this is an open session as it was last week. There are, as I say, no updates, no firm updates to give this week. Hopefully next week we may be able to give some positive information, but I'll say no more about that at the moment. But we are working very, very hard behind the scenes to make enormous improvements. Julian, good to see you here.
Duncan, I would just
Johnny.
like to say a big thank you to our community for the support we received for that community oversight committee vote. I mean, our community pushed really hard. We even had a community member do a giveaway to encourage people to vote. So that was good to see.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, we really appreciate that. I mean, the fact that you guys are behind us, we're working for you, you're working with us, and we will make a massive difference in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah, and as for people, the community knows we're working on a lottery, and which is in the final stages, and we're launching on ETH, and that's on schedule, and further announcements about that will be later this week.
Yeah, I mean, as I said before, we are working very hard behind the scenes to make this work. I mean, it's already worked, but we want to make these amazing improvements to make it work even better and to benefit us all. Does anyone have anything they'd like to ask? This is how it started last week. It was very quiet to begin with, and then we had an hour's worth of questions.
Yeah.
Anybody? Beulah? Yeah, 17 has joined us. That's nice. I've missed him terribly. Hey, Ace, how you doing?
I'm a hell of a lot better than I was last time we did a space.
When you was horribly busy.
Nah, horribly sick, actually.
Oh, sick and busy.
Yeah, busy being sick. I'm sick of being busy.
Yeah. Poor old you. But you're better now.
Yep, feel a lot better.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Everyone's very shy this evening. Also, it's the evening for me. Also, 6 o'clock, 10 past 6.
Early morning for me.
Yeah. What time is it where you are?
10:08 a.m.
That's not early. That's not early.
What?
It's the middle of the day.
No, that's
For me,
early.
it's the middle of the day.
That is early.
Yeah.
I try not to get out of bed before noon.
Serious? I try not to get out of bed before 5 a.m. But I'm never very lucky.
I was gonna say, but you do go.
I always fail.
I was gonna say, but you do go to sleep early though.
Yeah. That's just to avoid you in the evenings when you come online.
Oh, I feel the love. I feel the love.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, does anyone have anything they want to ask?
Yeah.
Because this is an open session. This is yeah. I mean, as I said yesterday in my tweet, I mean, if it comes to it, we can just simply swap recipes. But this is this is a community building exercise. That we're here. We know that you're there, and to ask us anything you want, whether it's related to lunatics or anything else. So don't be shy.
Yes, everybody's trying to run to the mic at once.
Yeah, I know it's a stampede. Maybe that's the problem, because everyone is now trying to get to the mic, and the system is crashing.
Hold up, where's Trev at?
Trev. Oh, Trev.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe he's still digging his drains. He was digging drains last week. He sent me a picture of him standing next to some, I don't know, drains in his garden or someone's garden. Maybe he's still there digging. But I sent him an invite, so hopefully he'll show up at some point once he puts his shovel down to hop in. Who was? I can't remember the name of the guy last week with all the excellent questions. Does anyone remember? His name escapes me, but I don't see him here either, which is a shame. But really, nobody has any questions they'd like to ask about the coming week.
Everybody wants updates, man. We need updates.
Yeah. No, I said before you jumped in, Chris, that we're not gonna give updates until we have everything certain, everything finalized, and we're ready to launch, because we don't want to disappoint anyone.
Yeah,
so I think
right. Go ahead.
Because I mean, that happens so many times that people make tokens make announcements, and then at the last minute something goes tits up, and everyone's disappointed. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that everything is in place, everything is ready to launch, and then we will make these announcements.
Let's see. Check the comment section on Twitter. There's a few questions there from some people that aren't in the group. Some people could be shy or don't speak English. Okay, yeah. Good.
Sure.
Good point. Why is Wrapped Lunati delayed? I'd like more initiatives for LUNC burning, no more delaying. Just keep making an effort. Don't wait. This is from 787. The Wrapped Luna is delayed but not by our choice. Like Lulian has alluded to before, there's plenty of updates and upgrades that are going on the Luna Classic chain itself. So once they're finished on their end, we can move forward on our end.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, it's just a waiting game now. It's in progress, and things will come. Julian, hi.
Hi. Won't be a wrapped version. I don't know why everybody continues to say wrapped. Wrapped is not wrapped.
Well, because that's what we was hoping for. But I mean,
Yeah, it's not possible. It's not possible to be wrapped in this moment, and I won't be shy, and maybe I can tell the L1 team and others do not like wrapped version of tokens in the chain. This is I want to say. No matter who I upset, but this is the real truth. They won't accept nothing that is wrapped on the chain. That's why it's most of the modules were disabled regarding the bridging, because with bridging you can wrap it. It's 100% fact. It's not something that I invented. It's something that I received as an information. So they don't like wrapped version on the chain.
oh, okay.
Because
That's news to all of us. Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that either. No, it's a surprise
they
to
don't
me.
like they said it. They don't like wrapped version because they are afraid that we or others wants to get liquidity out of the chain, which is not the fact. But this is the reality. I'm not afraid to say it, but this is how it is. So if it will be a token, it will be in the standalone token with arbitrage actually. And but when it comes to be, we will let you guys know. I'm not speaking about the team. I'm speaking about the community. But the community needs to know what we are fighting with, because it's a fight. Every day it's a fight against what we want to achieve and want to help, and others, you know what I mean, don't let us. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a reality.
Well, it's good to have that update. I mean, as I say, I wasn't aware of this, but it's good to to be updated on this to find out that this is a problem and this is something which is in general not accepted. So, Julian, thanks for that.
In general, they said it out loud to me and COC that they won't allow, they don't like, and they don't allow wrapped version inside the chain. No, not us. Everybody who wants to make something that is wrapped, they don't like it and they don't allow it.
Is that mainly because of security purposes, right? Or, I mean, what would be the reason for that?
The reason for that it's what they said. The reason for that it's that a wrapped token can drain the liquidity out of the chain, which is not entirely true. The other reason, which I suppose that it's a reason, it's just what I'm thinking. It's because they are not capable to maintain it secure. That's why. This is what I think, and this is just my opinion. Because why don't you want a wrapped version of something to be on the chain? Now they are wrapped version of BNB and ETH as well, USDC, a lot of wrapped version. Wormhole, it's still a wrapped version. Shuttle is still a wrapped version, but they are in the chain, but they are looked as ghosts in this moment in the chain. So it will come an upgrade of Cosmos in the chain, and that Cosmos will actually strip all the ghost smart contracts and will remain just the one that they want or just the one that they need. I don't know. Something
Okay,
like
so this is basically a security trust issue.
In my opinion, yes.
On the LP, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because to be honest, there are two in this moment, two major, maybe three, but two that everybody knows, major DEXs in the chain. It's Astroport, which is functional, and TerraSwap, which is partially functional in the classic chain, I mean.
Yeah.
And it's another one now that it's functioning across multiple chains. It's TMF.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Julian,
this is the answer regarding the Terra launch. It's not our wish. It's not what actually everything were smooth from the beginning. Now we have already a token in the chain that they update it, then they release an update of the update, then they change their minds, and so on and so on and so on.
Okay.
Yes. So every time we want to launch it, I want that community to understand that we can launch it tomorrow if we want, but we cannot guarantee that it's safe, that you don't lose what you have there, because nothing there except the native tokens of the chain, USDC and LUNC. Others are nothing is safe, actually.
Okay. Yeah, Julian, thanks for that. I mean, it's good to be updated. I mean, that's what we're here for. This is a community discussion, and the idea of this community discussion is to discuss everything, to come clean, to have everything out in the open, and to see where we're going, what the problems are, and see how we can improve on those hurdles. So I appreciate that. Thank you. LUNC Guardians.
Yeah, I just wondered if you got any plans to moving over to Classic Chain.
Johnny, Chris?
That was to you, Duncan, really.
That was to me. I know you're asking the wrong person.
Oh, right.
What was the question? What was the question?
Question was, are you considering moving to the LUNC Classic Chain?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about with did you join just about a couple minutes ago?
I've just this second joined.
Oh, okay, yeah, we literally just discussed that. Yes, that's always been a plan of ours. It's something that we're pursuing actively, and by no fault of our own. We're going there. It's just that we have to wait on the network for it to do its thing in order for us to be able to do our thing.
Right. Okay, guys. So what about the fees? Are you considering on lowering the fees?
Yeah, we've had a plan to lower fees during at higher market caps and different things like that. Like I said, it's always an ongoing discussion of how we can help our holders. So yeah, I mean we're constantly thinking about things like that. So
cool.
I mean, this is a community project, and we all benefit from it. So the more we put in behind the scenes, the more we can achieve behind the scenes, the more everybody benefits, and that is our end goal, to make everybody happy. Crypto Profi, you have a question. Or you had a question.
Oh, I see one. It says, "How will the rewards work? How much Luna T I need to hold? What rewards will I accrue for holding?" Okay, rewards are basically volume based, and you get set in a queue, but you have to hold over 500k tokens. So, what rewards you will accrue? You will accrue Luna Classic. If you do it on the BSC side, you get the wormhole version of Luna Classic. But once we get on chain, you will be getting native Luna Classic as a reward.
Hello, there is any talk or any discussion between Lunatics Token and Binance Exchange about listing in Binance?
Well, as far as us listing on Binance, we already know that's a dream of ours. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we can get that accomplished. But we have to grow first. You know, we have to get that volume up. We have to get the market cap up. So everybody loves the Binance thing. We do too, but that's going to take some time. And that really depends on us as a community just constantly pulling and working together. So the more people that join and believe that we're going to do the right things and help take care of the chain like we've always set out to do, then hey, Binance might come calling. We never know.
Yeah, I mean that is the end goal. But you know, I think that so long as Lunatics and Luna Classic work together, I mean, we are supporting Luna Classic, and we are doing everything we can to get it back to where it was. How long ago
Can
was
I
it?
just
6 months.
jump in there real quick there, Duncan, and just ask you
Yeah,
really
sure.
quickly, what exactly are you doing to help the chain, and what exactly are you doing that's helping the LUNC community? I mean, obviously, I know well, I'll let you answer that.
All right. Well, one, we have a validator that we burn Luna Classic every month. We burn our profits every month. Two, we did burn Luna Classic directly, as evidenced by the 2 billion tokens that we've already burned. And the reason why we slowed down on that is because we felt that, hey, we're getting ready to get on chain, and then once we get on chain, it's going to automatically burn by the volume. So we slowed down on the BSC side for that cause. And then when we started doing that, and we had that line of thinking going, that's when, hey, we're upgrading this, we're doing this, we're doing that. So, but then also at the same time, we also slowed down so that way, because the market downturned, of course, again. And then we, had to save project funds for more development. So we're gonna burn Luna Classic. So that's our main thing, and that's what the community's been screaming for. That's how we're gonna help. If the community changes its mind and they want something different, we'll move in that direction too.
I mean, you and me both know that the burns are just a gimmick, right?
That's what you believe. That might not be what somebody else believes.
Well, just because we're burning the token doesn't create value, right?
Well, I mean, that's less of a supply, correct?
But it's not creating value, right?
It could.
Well, we could also get it by a bus tomorrow. But what I'm saying is, burning the supply doesn't create a value in itself.
No, you're right.
I think we all know that.
Every token that burns, even BNB burning quarterly, doesn't create value. But some value our volume can be brought to chain and awareness by these burns. It's all about promoting the deflationary aspect of Luna Classic. And we're not just about burns to a utility burning, creating more volume will have more impact. I mean, we have a partnership with Exodus Metaverse, and they're on the Terra Classic chain, along with a few other projects that have partnership with them. So their volume brings, and utility brings, use case to the chain. And that's all we can do right now. There is not too much you can build on a chain that's not upgraded and in problems. So once the L1 team solves that issue, we can bring further utility. And all utilities that seem to come on chain have a deflationary aspect to it. That's what the community wants. So it's a community chain. So we go with what the community wants.
Guys, any other questions you'd like to ask?
Do you think there's better ways of helping the chain than burns?
Yes, I think even Zardar said himself, layer 2 projects coming onto chain, generating more volume, bringing use cases, bringing back real world payment systems. But like I said, the chain needs to be fixed and get back the hype of it, and then the projects will want to come back and build on it once it's working properly and the governance is working properly. But utility is better than burns. But these utilities will all have a deflationary aspect to them. because people do want to reduce the supply.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what you were just saying, I mean, we've always said that there's three sides of the triangle: utility, popularity, and community. You know, Burns, like we keep saying, is one aspect of it. But like Johnny was saying, that utility has to come there, and then we have to get that popularity back. You know what I'm saying? We have to continue building. We have to continue keep growing and going. And that's for everybody that's trying to do things on the chain to try to help the chain out. So we can only grow if we pull together in the same direction. So
Guys, maybe it's out of the conversation about Lunatics token, but what you guys think about rebagging proposal that is the community of Lunatics LUNC community approve on?
I can answer this one if the teammates agree with that.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Thanks, Julian.
I will be frank and honest. It's it sucks, that proposal, because when you relate to major, by example, to Binance, to major CEXs to do it for you, then you got it all wrong, because everybody need to understand that the governance is for the LUNC chain. It's not for the exchanges. Exchanges are not enforced to obey what the community wants of another chain. By example, I want to make your rules in your house. I can do that? No, I can't. So that proposal, if it passes, it passes for nothing. The same as it passes 1.2% tax burden. Didn't enforce exchanges to apply it, because exchanges are businesses. If you will burn your tokens now, or 1.2 K dollars a month. If I asking you this, no, because it's your money, you work for them, so you won't burn that amount. The same is with the CEXs. They won't apply it if they don't see profits in it, and it's not. First of all, USDC should pay his debt. How? How? With what? With what? Back it by what? Be realistic, guys. Be very realistic, because it's not going to happen overnight. How you will repay it? First of all, you need to put down the supply also on USDC. How you do that? You pay the debt. Who will pay the debt? Binance? KuCoin? Well, no, I don't think so. Read the proposal and you see that most of what is there, it's relying on CEXs. Everything what is related to CEXs won't be a success, because Binance now want to help, and they burn their profits from tax. They can stop it whenever they want. I saw a lot of things on Twitter and YouTube. Let's everybody don't go to Binance. Let's boycott. For what should I boycott Binance or KuCoin? What is the purpose? Because some guys from the top of the community or whales, or they want to get rich, or back on backings of the community. Yeah, this is the truth. You need to accept it. Everybody needs to accept it. The same thing as I storied about when it was LUNC to $1 tomorrow. How? Make a simple math to $1 LUNC tomorrow. That means 5.9 trillion dollars market cap. How? Tomorrow. Bitcoin doesn't have this one. We will get lucky if in bull run only Bitcoin will have $1 trillion market cap. You need to be realistic, everybody, about what is there. You saw it already. He passed it. The proposal passed it. You saw a pump in LUNC, and then suddenly now it's not a pump. Why is that? Because everybody did some researches, and they understood actually that it's not quite easily to repeg. And by example, tomorrow we will find a way to peg it to $1. But the day after tomorrow, if a whale wants to dump it, he can dump it because no backings to the USDC. Who will back the USDC? LUNC with what? With volume and with this price? No, I don't think so. So you need a backing to sustain something. If you go now to war to get fight with somebody else, and you have one soldier and that other guys have 1,000 soldiers, your backing is just that one soldier. So you will win? Think about it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, Julian. Thanks. That makes perfect sense. I mean, it's not an overnight thing. This is a long-term thing.
Yeah, and that
long-term. Yeah.
That was a text. That was a text proposal, and I said too, it's too reliant on exchanges. But you know what? We put it up for vote for our community that delegate with us, and they wanted to vote yes, so we did. It's a text proposal, so nothing happens anyway. But realistically, it's not going to go anywhere unless exchanges do it. So it's just what it is. But everybody doesn't read that. They just see the title, USDC repeg, and then they want that. And you can explain it to them, but because it's a community-run governance chain and no specific centralized entity making decisions, they vote this stuff in because that's what they want. What you want, you can't always have right away, right? Like USDC is going to take a while, and this is a soft repeg. I mean, the idea would work if exchanges would get on board, but we'll have to wait to find out from them.
Any more questions, guys? Everyone's very quiet today. It's a little worrying.
Yeah, maybe because they got deflated by the USDC repeg. Yeah, what Johnny said.
Yeah, perhaps.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. No, of course.
Why lie? Why lie? Why to lie to somebody? This is the truth. It's a text proposal. If CEXs don't want that, won't going to happen. This is the 100% true.
No, everyone should right now focus on the development of the layer 1. Get that up to parity and operational smooth. Then we can focus on everything else. The USDC repeg now is too soon, in my opinion, anyways. But if we can focus and support the L1 devs to fix the chain, then we can start planning out for the future.
Exactly, because the L1, it's like a foundation of a house. If it's made by sand, everything what you build on top of it, it will ruin. So
that's right.
That's why nobody comes now to build on chain. It's not something that it's, I don't have spaces for everybody that wants to build. No, because that doesn't exist. L1 and layer 1 and the chain in the current situation, it's very old as a software. It's very old. Everything needs to be rebuilt. Everything needs to be upgraded. Some other things needs to be updated. Upgrade and update is different thing. It's not the same thing.
That's right. Upgrading the chain, and then it can just regular update intervals like it does on every other chain.
Exactly.
And I think they should just petition Elon Musk to delete Twitter. Maybe then the L1 team could get to work instead of having to deal with all the Twitter drama.
Exactly. Because in this situation, what is now, I know a lot of projects that wants to build, but they are scared to build because they will lose money when they build. because today the L1 and others say that, and influencer and other validator they say that. Tomorrow they change their mind and say the other one, and another stupid proposal passes.
Yep.
This is how it is. I'm not afraid to say it, no matter who listens or who is here or who is in Twitter and in the world. I don't care, because this is
Well,
true.
that's the one drawback of having a decentralized chain, right? Is because anyone can put up proposals and they're constantly being passed and making the development teams run in circles. But this is what everyone wanted, a community run chain, no central entity running it. So this is what we deal with. It's a slower process.
Exactly, and this is one. And the second one, if the chain will not have a CEO who manage it, the chances for success are very low. Because point me a country who is ruled by community, without president, without government.
Yeah.
Show me one. I can show you one. It's some of in Africa, and what they achieve, nothing. They are poor. Nothing is well there, because they are parts of agendas, and part of the community wants that agenda to happen. The other parts want the other one's agenda to happen, and so on and so on. Nothing. We make one step forward and then 2 steps backwards. Soon, in few months, it will be 1 year since the chain was down. And what is built? Just the staking, validators, and nothing more.
Well, hopefully, because the L1 team did sign a working contract or agree to a contract, I think they're going to complete what they promised to do within the first quarter or their first phase, and then the rest of it will be up to the community again to keep them working or find someone else or do whatever. But at least I think we're going to get a chain upgrade. Hopefully.
Yeah. Actually, if the community needs to understand, if it's not something that you contract now and they do the job and then, oh, we have something that is working, we don't need anymore these guys or other guys. No, it's wrong. Because every time, I don't know, an exploit, because hackers don't sleep.
No.
Every time, each day, each minute, comes an exploit for a working software. So you need somebody there constantly to maintain it. What does it mean? That the chain needs constantly an L1 development team. Does the community have the funds to pay them? We will see. Does the community have the right thing to do when it comes to, I don't know, I don't like Tobias, I don't like Zardar, I don't like Ed, I don't like that one, I don't like this. Not going to work, because every drama that it's happening, it's putting the chain 2 steps backwards, because other chains in the Cosmos environment, they are getting forward. The Cosmos is the wheel of the chain, something like that, where the smart contracts, they are working. So the Cosmos is very old. The other Cosmos chains are they are new. You asked, I saw a lot of community ask, why don't we use the IDC to move to one chain to other in the Cosmos? Because we have an old software that needs to be upgraded, not updated, upgraded to achieve that. It's something like you asking why I cannot put an engine of Mercedes from 2019 to a Mercedes to 2004, because you can't. It's different. The same things is here. I explain it like this for others that are not technical enough to understand. This is the reality. and we didn't come on chain until now because everything was upgrading that one. We don't upgrade that. We upgrade it later. We upgrade it now. It was a spinning circle. And to be honest, nobody will build on the chain in these conditions, because when you build on chain, you need to pay some debts. You need to pay some support guys who watch every time, who made upgrades, and so on and so on. You spend money to develop something, not something that is burning. Even if you want to create a staking, by example, you want to make a utility for USDC, you stake that, you get that one. It's not possible without a smart contract. Look at the chain. The only thing that is built now is NFTs. Why is that? Because that one is very easily to build. It's not something complicated to do. To build an NFT smart contract is not complicated at all. But others, the true utility, where you can have payment systems, borrowing systems, etc., that needs time and needs a strong and powerful chain, which is not in this moment. And I'm getting back to USDC, the same thing. The backing of USDC will be the projects on the chain. So maybe it will happen, but you need first to think about building and upgrading the foundation now, the L1. Without that, nothing will stand.
So I got a question. If we need volume in the it's Amex Trader. He said if we need volume and the taxes are not going to burn, why not reduce the tax and make it easier and cheaper to purchase Lunati? Increase the volume in holders. I think the 8% puts people off. Also, we desperately need to list on additional exchanges to gain new holders. Johnny, you want to go with that one, or you want me to take it?
I think you're taking it, Chris.
Yeah, you can take it.
Silence is golden, huh? Well, that's our goal. Is to get on more exchanges, increase volume, and lower the taxes. But again, getting on these exchanges costs dollars, lots of dollars. Unless if we really get really popular, and some of them just say, let's say, hey, let's list Lunatics Token for free, but we're actually not at that point yet, which is what we would love to do, we want to be at. But we get that the 8% puts people off, and we've actually decreased it from 10% to 8%, and we're always looking to go lower. So once we, take our time, gather up funds, and list on more exchanges, we're going to see that tax come down. But then also at the same time too, the project still needs to make money, so we won't be completely devoid of taxes. So that way we can get monies to be able to develop things and do things and, buy Luna Classic for the community, do giveaways, all that other stuff like that we've always been doing since we launched. So we're doing everything that we can. Just again, keep sticking with us and keep sticking by us, and we'll achieve it.
Yeah, just on top of that, like any token that has zero taxes, like LUNC, for example, how they get their funds is they sell their own tokens. Either way, holders get affected. Like if we had no taxes and allocated the project 20% of the supply and sold 1% per month, we're going to decrease the price by selling tokens for development. 8%. For holders, it's not a big deal. For day traders, that's where they have an issue. Well, on the exchanges, our taxes are 2%. So, and we're looking at maybe reducing them further as well. And that's for the day traders. They want to day trade, they can go on the exchange, they get no rewards, they get nothing. They just make profits. But as the project being only 6 months old and not privately funded by big companies, this is how a community project runs. It against tax dollars for development. If you're looking at tier 1 exchanges, you're looking well over 100 grand to list. So people don't understand that to list on like 10 exchanges could cost you close to $1 million. So that's why we have a tax structure. But if you're holding, there isn't an issue because you get rewards. You get, we have staking that gives a really good return. So you make your taxes back too.
And to follow up on that, somebody asked, when is staking going to be reopened? So right now, we have this community competition going on right now. So every time we hit a different pricing point, we're going to add 10 million tokens to the staking pool. That was something that me and Russell thought about and came up with, and it was basically a community engagement thing. And the thing about it is too is that with Lunatics Token, man, people love to stake it. We have one guy that's just constantly buying and is constantly on the button ready to stake. He's basically a hoarder for Lunatics. It's amazing to see, and when staking happens and it opens up, people run and flock to it. So we mainly did that portion of it just to do a community building exercise and just to keep the community vibrant. We're gonna top it up again here soon. We don't know exactly when. We just have a few things that we're working on, so just be on the lookout for it, and we'll let you know when we do top up.
Yeah, and a little bit more on that staking. We do, as most of the community knows, we have a lottery coming out, and part of that utility is not just for project development, but a major part of the lottery is keeping staking pools self-sustaining, because we have such a demand in our token for that. Just to put it in retrospective, like Luna Classic, our holder, we have 3 times the amount staked in our token. That's a huge amount for any project. Like I don't know of any project that has so much of its supply staked by its holders. That's how much people have committed to this token, and that's why it's been hard to maintain that. So because of that fact, we chose to make some of our utilities fund the staking pools so they can stay open.
So guys, does anyone want to ask anything else before we wrap this up? Maybe wrap is the wrong word to use, but would anyone else still like to ask something? I think next week when we get together, we'll have probably some more positive news for you. But I think it's important at the same time that we keep you updated. I mean, this is an opportunity for you to ask the team any questions that you may have, and that we retain this interaction, because we are a community, and it's important that we remain a community, and we say what we think, we ask the questions that we want to ask, and yeah, we stick together, because without you, we're nothing.
Hey, you stole my line.
Yeah, beat you to it.
Yeah, you did. Johnny, are you having the VC this weekend this week on Telegram, like normal?
Yeah, I will always host it on Wednesdays. Last Wednesday, I did a Twitter space instead, but we were just discussing the proposal. But yeah, it will be on Wednesday, and then we'll have another VC next weekend. And next weekend, like I've told the community, we wanted to wait till the website was all done and that, but there will be official updates coming next week. So
Yeah, that's right.
The whole team will be updated with everything, and we will do an official Twitter space with updates.
So something to look forward to during the week.
And these are big updates. This is not a joke anymore. It's like we had our fun, we built our community, we have a strong foundation, and now we're going to become a major player in this space. And it's not just Terra Classic. We've always just said this. We are a multi-chain layer 2 project, and that's what DeFi is. It's bringing the chains together. We've brought tons of awareness to Terra Classic. We've given over 5 billion Luna Classic to holders, taught them how to bridge it over to Terra Classic, taught them how to stake it there, providing more liquidity for that chain. So we're not partial to any one chain. They all have their benefits and use cases in the world. So that's what Lunatics is about.
Absolutely. So guys, if there are no more questions, then remember, you'll find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, Telegram if you want the latest updates. So if you have any questions, then just come to us on the Telegram and ask away, because there's always somebody available. We have the whole team are in the four corners of the earth, so there's always somebody available to ask, not to ask your questions, to answer your questions. So, if you have anything, just pop a question in the Telegram and it will be answered as quickly as possible. So I guess if nobody else has any questions, then we'll wrap this up for this week, and we'll chat again next week. But thanks to all for joining. It's great to see so many familiar faces again. And yeah, wishing you an excellent week, and look forward to catching up next Sunday.
All right, everybody, y'all be safe. Have a good one. And again, like I always say, without you, there's no us. So
yeah, that was my line.
And also thank you for sticking with us and by us. We're gonna continue to do what we do, and hopefully, this thing does what we all envision it to do. So again, thank you.
Yep, it will. So yep, thanks. Okay, guys, take care. Have a great day, evening, night, whatever, and we'll speak again next Sunday. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye.